Set life. How to peak when it counts. These principles that I'm going to talk you through today, these are the fundamentals. And if you can get these right, you're going to be able to do work that you're proud of. You're going to be able to impress your colleagues, and people are going to want to keep working with you. You're going to be able to do long days over and over again and make them productive and not lose your mind. Let's get into it. So I've broken this down into two sections. First section is what you do before the shoot to prepare for shooting on set. The second section is what to do during the shoot that can help you to be more effective, happier, more comfortable, and just more of a valuable asset to the film or the TV show that you're making. And finally, I'm going to round it off with some tips that can help you, frame the way that you're experiencing your time on set and can enhance your overall experience. Number one, rehearse with distractions. One of the things people are not used to when they get on set, whether they're in theatre acting or whether they're just never been on a big film set before, is the amount of stuff that is going on. Remember Christian Bale, one of the best actors in the world, lost his mind at a lighting guy or a sound guy because he moved during a take during one of the Terminator movies. Okay, he was obviously highly strung and he struggled with that. But don't react like that, yeah? There are going to be distractions. There are going to be people standing around, things happening all the time. Your job is to make sure that you can manage those distractions and deliver with deep focus. So that's why I say rehearse with distractions. What does that mean? Well, it means rehearse on the train with loads of other stuff going on, with people in the public moving around. Walk around and rehearse, visualize your scene, run your lines, imagine the other character responding to you with their lines. Rehearse super thoroughly in distracting, difficult environments. That will prepare you really well for getting on set and making sure that you're ready to find the blocking on the day that you won't know in advance, and working with an actor you may not have met before. All of those other new pieces of information will not derail your fundamental visualization of what the scene is from a thoughts perspective. When you have a rich inner monologue and clear thoughts, that means you can do the scene standing on your head, wearing a different outfit, or running or walking. Little side note, story from my own experience. The first big film set I ever got onto was Psych, and I was playing a walk and talk with the two leading actors. I had not rehearsed my lines to be able to do that scene walking through a bullpen, and we did it. In the first take, I just collapsed. I fell apart. I couldn't figure out what I was doing, and I just freaked out. In that moment, between take one and take two, I just gathered it together, figured it out, and then I was ready to do the scene walking and talking. These are the kinds of curveballs that you get thrown. You have to make sure that you're clear on the thoughts and you're clear on the responses that you're getting to those thoughts. Number two, find an anchor for your character. An anchor for your character is something that brings you back into your character's body and your character's imagination and the world of the story from when you've been dealing with distractions. There's going to be a lot of stop and start on a film set. You're going to go back to your trailer, come back and perhaps do the same scene again from a different angle. You might be chatting with the ADs, you might be chatting with the supporting artists, you might be chatting with the other actors, you might have a costume change, you might have a mic change. You need something, a thought, or maybe a garment, or a gesture, or even an emotional state that gets you back into your character's skin. Now, I sometimes have used a song that makes me feel like them, a posture, a gesture, or even just a prop or a garment that I have, or even like one little tick that makes you feel like that character. It pushes all of those other distractions out and it brings you back into the skin and the world of the character and the show. You can work that out in advance of being on set so that you know that when you're walking back from your trailer, you're going to be able to get back into that mindset. Number three, this is a big acting technique thing for me, and you should be doing this anyway, but build your on-ramp for each scene so that it's really resilient and repeatable. Your on-ramp is your preparation for each scene. And what I consider is the best thing to have is a layered preparation, which is 2 or 3 thoughts in sequence before the first moment of the scene. If you're already thinking the character's thoughts 2 or 3 beats before the scene actually begins, you're going to be able to get into their mind frame, into their point of view, and then you'll be inside that and comfortable before you hit the beginning of the scene. right? So even if you're having to do an extra entrance where the camera is rolling on you before you start your dialogue, you're going to be in the right thought frame of mind, okay? So your on-ramp is the thoughts that your character is having, a few beats leading into the scene, an emotional response to those thoughts. Everybody is in an emotional state. You have at least one emotional state, but usually more. That's the emotional cocktail. The emotional cocktail that's bubbling away in you at the very beginning of the scene. Remember, I'm a fundamentalist about this. If you are not burning with an emotional state that is relatively high stakes, no one should be paying to watch you. Just figure it out, okay? You owe that to us. So it's the thoughts preceding the opening moment, it's the emotional state that you're in, and it's also your connection with your environment. If it's in the script and it says they're walking through a woodland area and it's raining, I need you to feel the rain on your face, okay? This is not rocket science. This is logic and it's in the script. Your on-ramp is preparing those things imaginatively so that you can switch them on when you're on a sound stage where there's no rain and it's just a sound effect, yeah? Those are your three elements. The thoughts that you're having about your circumstances and the situation, how you're feeling at that time, and make sure you're feeling it. And then thirdly, your environment and your response to that environment. That's your on-ramp, and you can prepare that before you even get to set. So now we're getting into during the shoot. And the number one thing which I wish someone had told me, and I wish I'd figured out earlier, is manage your energy levels. You're gonna have a lot of different feelings, especially if it's your first day on that set and on that project. You're gonna have a lot of emotions bubbling around, a lot of hormones. Don't give in to the urge to chain smoke cigarettes, drink a ton of coffee, or even drink alcohol. That's just hugely verboten. Some people think that they do that, it's going to relax them. It's not. It's going to make you feel disoriented and stressed out even more. The way out is through. Embrace the truth of the situation you're in and manage your energies. Breathe, be calm, rest, etc. Because you're going to need those spikes of energy when you come to perform. A big trap is caffeine, etc. We'll talk a bit more about that later. Manage your energy levels. Number two, let the crew fuel you. So I transitioned from doing theatre, where I had spent 7 or 8 years pretty regularly being on stage in all kinds of situations. And then coming onto a film set, I was like, ooh, the crew, what do I do about that? This feels very odd. They're very visible. So I came up with a trick that works for me. And that is, imagine that the crew is your audience, as if you're in a theatre. So you're pretending they're not there to a degree, but you're using their energy and you're letting it feed you. And that's really helped me. Helped me during Supernatural. First episode I did of Supernatural because I had to do loads of really physical, weird stuff. And I thought, hey, this is like clowning. I'm going to do it and I'm going to try to entertain the crew while I do it because it's going to give me some immediate feedback. Well, the crew all said, yeah, that was really, really fun. And they even talked to other people who weren't on set that day about me. So that when I came in the second day, they were like, oh, I heard that you did a load of cool stuff and it was really fun what you did yesterday. Some of the crew mentioned it. It's like, that really fills your cup when they say that. And the reason that they said that was because I was doing it for them. Like I was trying to bring them in. I was trying to bring something fresh that everybody in the room could have an emotional response to. And just like in the theater, you're generating those influences on people and you're getting emotional and energetic feedback. So use the crew and let them fuel you. Just as a little note, obviously I'm not saying your crew is your audience. When you're on set, your cameras are your audience. That's another story. But allow the energy of the crew to fuel you. Number 3, a big one, let your energy, your nervous energy, be channeled into the work. This is something that can take practice. But try and visualize, perhaps, when you're in your trailer, all of this nervous energy, all of this expectation, anticipation, all of the hope you have that you're going to do some wonderful work. Let that manifest as something that you can hold in your core. And then when it comes to do the scene, bring that into every moment of your performance. It's not about overacting. It's not about doing more. It's about allowing all of that emotional and hormonal energy to come through in meaningful moments within the scene. You're going to have that nervous energy, especially if you've had the good fortune of being on a set that's bigger than you've ever been or acting with a huge star. It is an opportunity. You don't want to try and distract yourself and pretend that it's not happening. It is happening. Embrace your nerves, embrace your adrenaline, but channel it. into the moments of action within your scene. Make it count within those moments. Make them more poignant, more beautiful. In a sense, what you're doing is you're using all that energy to raise the stakes for your character in the scenario. A little side note, if you're just playing a one-line role and your job is to be basically glorified scenery, like you're a waiter and it's like, yes, ma'am, and they, then channel your nerves into being the perfect embodiment of that storytelling device. Yeah, you're not trying to steal the scene, but you're trying to be the perfect communicator of that little part of the story. Yeah, crisp, disciplined, and perfect. Yeah. So I've talked a little bit about the before, and I've given you a little bit about the during. So here are just some of my own personal tips that I think are really helpful for everyone to know, that are going to make your experience much better and the experience of people around you. Number one, just manage your energy levels. No coffee, no sugar. That's what I had to learn. Too much sugar will get you spiked. It will mess with your emotions. Obviously, caffeine, you know your limits, but I would say be careful with caffeine, because it's going to put you into a fight and flight mode. It's going to shorten your breath. It's going to do a lot of things that are going to take you away sometimes from your emotions. Once again, be your own guide. I'm just talking about my own experience. Yeah, I don't need any help being energized on set. I need to stay calm, and so I do things that maintain that for me. Another one is always be the solution on a film set. Don't be the problem. You're an actor, you have a lot of status. If you're in a speaking role, you're an important part of that set. The crew spends so much time watching you, looking at you, trying to make you feel good so that when you're rolling, you look and feel good in front of the camera. That's what they want for you. They want to look after you and cherish you, and they're proud of you. They're proud that you're there. So make sure you make the feeling good for everybody else. Yeah, be positive. Bring positive energy to the crew. Compliment people. Make the other actors feel good. Don't give them feedback or notes ever, because it's none of your business what they're doing. Concentrate on yourself and even accommodate them if you can. Your job is to elevate the whole experience of everybody on set. Be the solution, and people will love you. And when you go home at the end of the day, you'll feel, yeah, I made this place a better working environment for all of these people that work incredibly hard. And finally, just rest when you can. If you're going to do a long shoot and you're working long days, multiple days in a row, whenever you're not under the lights and it's rolling, take a moment and find peace and find calm. That's the kind of thing that's going to restore your creative energies. You're going to have a moment for reflection, and you might even have a few ideas and thoughts that will occur to you about what to do next time. Some of the most productive time you have to prepare and make decisions about your performance are between takes on set. Just resist the urge to be the sort of entertainer and spend your time chatting with everybody else, or even starting conversations that other people really don't want to have. Just feed that energy back inside yourself and use it to maximize your performance. Great, you guys. I hope this helps you. There's a lot of stuff in there, and I will unpack it further on other videos, but being on set is an absolute joy. It's probably my favorite place to be outside of hanging out with my wife and my kids. I'm so excited for you that haven't been on it yet, but will get there. And I'm super excited for the next time that I'm out there doing it myself. So good luck out there, and hopefully see you on set one day.